8th book. You know, this book is really, really like personal and vulnerable, and you like tell like the story,
all
you
my
know.
business.
So like, why? Like, what is that process like for you? Like, why do you feel like you want or need to like share so much of yourself in it?
You know, you have to be transparent. You know, it doesn't mean like telling people your business. It doesn't mean, you know, just throwing stuff out there to random strangers. It just means keeping it real with yourself.
Right.
And for me, because I'm a writer, when I spill out my truth, I put it in books.
Yeah.
And it's therapeutic to me. It feels good, and it's like, you know, once you know yourself, can't nobody tell you nothing about yourself.
I know that's right.
At the end of the day, so and it's a freedom thing for me. Like, I think a lot of us, we hold stuff in, and we don't want to. You know, we're afraid of being judged, or you know, just whatever it is. But whatever that is, I feel like it holds you back from being 100% completely free and happy and, you know, feeling good about yourself. So for me, I'm like, I don't need anybody to make me feel good. I'll make myself feel good. I'll put my stuff out there. It's therapeutic to me. This is what I do. I love it. Nobody can judge me. I don't care.
Where did the title come from?
So a lot of my closest friends are married. And so a lot of times when I go out of town, you know, to visit them and stuff, and, you know, I'm sitting around like them with their husbands and everything like that or whatever. For those that know me personally, I'm always dancing. I'm always twerking and stuff like that. So I was talking to one of my good friends' husband one day, and you know, I was sitting around a bunch of married people, and I'm talking about, you know, being single and all that kind of stuff. And my friend's husband said, "You know what your problem is?" And I'm like, "What?" He was like, "You out here twerking for the wrong niggas." And I was like, "What? What type of?" What? So I said, "I'm gonna write a book about that one day."
And here we go. In chapter 1, when you talk about you start to go into, or you touch lightly upon the abuse that you suffered at the hands of your very first boyfriend.
Yeah.
But then you go on to talk about the effects that had on you and your dating and your romantic life moving forward. So can I read a little bit of that passage?
Okay.
Okay. At the tender age of 17, I was sentenced to an abusive relationship for 4 years of my life. I won't get into it. The details were already chronicled in my second book, Full Circle, 2010.
Why so morbid?
There's so many times when you just like gut punched your girl in this book. You know what I mean? I think this is important stuff. And you know, I'm always very, you know, candid about mental health and, you know what I mean? And the fact first of all, I think everybody needs therapy, like across the board. But in particular, when we don't get the help that we need and we are attempting to be out here on some strong black women soldiering through and not addressing the trauma that we've gone through. And then we watch it play out in our lives and our relationships over and over. So I just wanted you to talk a little bit about that. And I won't hold you on it because it's lighter.
And I ain't going to let you hold me. So, you know, like she said, some years ago, long time ago, I experienced something very traumatic in a relationship. I was in an abusive relationship. And just, you know, in hindsight, when I think about the relationships that came after that and how I behaved, like, I was a terrible person. Like my attitude, like everything about me was just fucked up. And it's like I had so much toxic
anger and
everything. It just was everything. And you don't realize it until you heal and time goes on and you look back and
it'll
it's like
put you on your fuck niggas get money.
Yeah. But it's like sometimes you gotta also reach back and apologize to some people. Like, yo, I was a real butthole, like a long time ago or whatever. So I was young.
Yeah,
I was young. I didn't know anything about relationships. I was 17 to 21. I'm just going through this madness that I had no idea what I was doing. I've never even been around anybody that's been in an abusive relationship.
Wow.
I didn't know what that was. You know what I mean? So I just was in it. I got out of it. I survived. But I just realized that the years to follow, I think I made a lot of bad choices because I wasn't healed on the inside. I didn't even know, you think about it. This was like in the 90s. Right? So you didn't hear a lot about domestic violence. You didn't hear a lot about PTSD and therapy. All that. You didn't hear nothing about that stuff. So it's like you go through it, you get out of it, you move on.
Right.
And that's what I did. I moved on. I met someone else. I had a kid, you know, and it was just, I just moved on with my life without taking time to take care of myself. You know, so like I said, in hindsight, I think back to, you don't got to read the excerpts, but just further shenanigans.
Yeah.
You know, just the people that I took it out on and how I behaved was definitely a result of just me being angry and mad.
Okay. So you said, and it's just one line, you date at the level of your self-esteem. Right?
1000%. Yep.
Talk to me about that.
So I feel like if you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to date anybody that makes you feel good about yourself. You're not going to make anybody feel good about themselves. It's just fucked up. It's a mess. Like if you're feeling low about yourself, right? You're not going to feel like you're worthy of dating someone that is going to treat you nice and make you feel like you are worth something, right?
Right.
So the level of your esteem is if you're feeling down here, you're going to date somebody that's down here. Oof. If you feeling like you that bitch, you want to date somebody that make you feel like you that bitch. You know, it's really simple. If you feeling medium rare, you going to date medium rare. It just is what it is.
Not medium rare.
Medium rare. You know, not quite right. You know, you just, you date at the level of your esteem. You may attract someone that, this energy stuff is real. You know what I mean?
Amen.
So you may just attract someone that sees that you're not in that way, and they'll treat you terrible. Because they're a terrible person, you know what I mean? So I just kind of feel like when you're feeling good, you attract good, you know? And you just gotta attract good people and you date at a level. You being in a bad space, in a bad mood, has nothing to do with your esteem, is my point. You know what I mean? It's two different things. But if you really
But
feel...
it does affect your self-esteem, though.
It does, but when your esteem is low and you have like no hope, you feel like, I'm not, I'm never gonna get this. I'm not worth that. You just feel worthless. What do you think you're gonna attract?
Either somebody who's on that level or somebody who's looking to take advantage of it.
You date at the level of your esteem. Y'all agree?
Someone may see where you shine and may want to say, you know what?
That's another way.
You have your guards up, but I see that you are worthy of my time and my love.
And then
so
you push it
I'm
away.
going to take that abuse from you because you're worth it. Because you're worth it.
And then you fight them and push them away.
Right, and then you, right. It happens.
Or they help you.
And it happens, men and women, not just,
What?
What's happening here?
Right?
You gotta get your family out the front, girl.
Have you been listening on my phone calls?
We're sisters.
Okay, sir.
I just want to say, what if that moment that you're not feeling at your best is just a temporary situation,
Right.
and you're not allowing yourself the time to go through that emotion, right? So, for example, you're not feeling at your best, and then, because you said, you're not dating at your best if you're not feeling at your best. But are you giving yourself the time to let whatever is not giving you, not allowing you to feel your best pass, right? And then you can get back to being, obviously none of us have felt A1 every single day for our life.
Right, but like she said, you could be feeling a little, low or whatever, but then somebody will see
Your word.
Right.
what's really in you. You just having a
Right.
moment, and
True.
yeah. So that doesn't have nothing to do with your self-esteem, even though you're not really feeling it. Like you could see somebody that has low self-esteem. It's it's a pathology. It's a history.
constant.
Yeah, it's just repetitive. They just constantly, and you just like, why? You deserve better. Why do you
ways
keep?
they don't even realize?
Yeah, like why do you keep putting yourself through this or allowing people to treat you this way? That's when your esteem is, and everybody has their moment. Nobody feels A1 all the time.
Easier to accept, less than what you might because you
It's
just
better
feel
than
that
anything, and you just need something. Yeah.
And so the smart thing to do, to speak to what he said, is to, fall back and build yourself back up so that you can be healthy. But sometimes you just be lonely, and like, I
but
just don't want to feel like shit by myself in here.
But those moments are like funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's terrible. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Because
I'm
my
just saying that's
misery
what
doesn't
happens.
like company.
It's terrible.
So when I'm feeling miserable, I just want to be by myself. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah. Okay. See, that wasn't so. That wasn't.
But that wasn't heavy at all.
Thank you.
Like,
Okay.
you just came. Oh, here's a
So
sorry.
because we're attracted to beauty, we're visual, and we're just looking straight at the optics, but we may not know and read the clues, the context clues that you may be going through something. So guys, we have to deal with rejection all of our lives. But if we don't get the opportunity to hear your story or hear what you're going through, we may feel like, you know what, that's just you, you're corny, you don't have any game. But it may not just be about us, it may be about you and what you're going through. And sometimes that disconnect happens a lot. And we may feel like our game is not good enough or we're just not good enough, but it's not that. It's just the sister's going through something and it's just that.
Yeah, for sure. Nothing anybody's ever going through has anything to do with you, really. You know, and whether they are available to you or not, you know, and for what those reasons are, it's absolutely nothing to do with you, like as a man. And I know, you know, men are. I hear it so much. Like men are like, we get rejected all the time, just as a, you know, thing. And it's like, okay, like I guess I get that. But on the other hand, men tend to take, you know, all the shots, every shot. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you said, you're attracted to the, you know, the physical. You're looking at, you know, something that you like, and you know, and that's if that's going to cause you to, you know, take every shot, you're gonna miss some shots, right? Like even if you, you know, even if you got a good. I was trying to make a basketball reference, but it fell apart. I tried really hard. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know,
The form could be good, you know, and you square your shoulders up.
You know, but your shooting average is, you know,
But I think
that's not it. I ain't get it. Damn.
I think the adult thing to do is communicate. Like if you communicate, like somebody should say something. If you're not feeling like, if you feel like you don't want to date, you're not interested, whatever it is, just communicate, because then you're gonna start to get annoyed.
Because another thing is if you are. And I'm not accusing you, or I hope it doesn't come up like that at all. But just based on, you know, what you said, if you are shooting your shot at people because you see what you like physically or whatever, and you don't know the internal life of that person or anything about them, we as women do tend to take that less seriously because we know that all you're doing is looking at this. So I don't feel like I would necessarily have the responsibility to give you more than, you know, I'm not interested if I know that all you're interested in is these titties. You know what I mean?
You set yourself up for that.
Nah.
You set yourself
No,
up.
I appreciate
I'm gonna go back
it.
in the corner right there. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I do. But I'm just saying, like in terms of, you know, when you think about your, you know, your men getting dubbed so often and, you know, dealing with rejection, you got to think about it like, and what do you want? Like, what do you want? And what do you get? You know what I mean? Like, what do you want out of that interaction that you know, you have to hold, you know, rejection so close to you while you're not even actually holding the person who you're reaching out to for shallow reasons as close to you as the rejection that you're taking.
And I appreciate you saying shallow because some men, that's all we have to go off of on the front end. And sometimes the walls are so put up where we don't get a chance to break through. Okay.
Because some women are sick of y'all coming from the front end,
but
that's shallow.
Sometimes that's all we can go off of from the front end.
When you see us at the bar.
But then it's almost like, okay, I had this chance. I might not see her again. It's on the street. It's at the bar. I have to shoot my shot. I may not get this opportunity, but the environment, it may not be just conducive for that. But maybe I'll see her at the library, which is a better environment.
How do you shoot your shot? Let's start there.
So
you see Yaya from across the room. Like,
so
damn girl.
Right. So it's like
that pixie is hot.
So it's like
I love a girl with short hair.
All right. So it's like back in the days where I've been looking at sister all night, and it's the last song. I'm sweating. I have no choice. Once that song is over, that's it. So now I'm going to my cachet where, okay, I'm going for